really a great pleasure for me to have Kate Ottavino with us tonight, who's going to tell us a great story, past and present, about Ottavino Corporation and the stonework they've done for more than 100 years. And Kate and I actually have had intertwining professional lives, I think for probably close to 30 years. We met when at the end of the 80s, there was a realization in New York City that many churches were turning out to be fabulous training grounds for certain kinds of skills. So I was involved in a project at St. Anne and the Holy Trinity in Brooklyn Heights, where people were being trained in sandstone conservation and in forged iron conservation and fabrication, if you can believe it. And we worked with a variety of partners, including the Pratt Center, which was then called Pickett, which was a community development agency that took an interest in youth training. And I was also involved in a project up at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine in Manhattan that was taking on a very ambitious project to conserve a series of Renaissance tapestries by training people in the fabrication of specialized yarn dyes and conservation techniques. So it was a heady moment where we looked around the city and realized that there were these training programs that really needed to be united under a certain kind of skills training umbrella. And Kate, wearing a different hat from her Ottavino Stoneworks, but related, developed a very specialized preservation curriculum that was adopted by a high school in Brooklyn. And then later we were reunited about a decade later when that curriculum became the unifying device of Brooklyn High School of Architecture and Design, where it became a specialized career and technical education high school with preservation as a core element of how to teach everything in the school. And so we're not going to only talk about skills training, but Kate has had such a rich career, and Ottavino Corporation has really been so embedded in the life of the city, but we often don't know how buildings get erected or public art suddenly appears in a park. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Kate to tell us really a terrific New York story, and one that really embodies our interest in how the Italian immigrant community became so enmeshed in important sectors in New York City.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa, for having me, or I should say us, and the Columbus Citizens Foundation and all of your guests. So I would say we really are, in many ways, an Italian story, and in many ways a New York City story, which is Italians and Irishes marrying, and on we go.